Hey, everyone, this is Peter O'Keefe.
And this is Dan Stevens, and why are we here?
Well, Dan, this is a tips video. You know, I made one of these last year. Don't you remember? Oh, wait, you weren't there.
I wasn't where?
Never mind. This is hockey, full of hitting and slamming into each other, and that's all a sport needs in my book.
Well, I don't know. Hockey lacks that certain grace and subtle complexity of football.
Dan, you're the only guy I know who sees grace and subtle complexity in football.
Okay.
We've got a lot of subtle complexities to go over.
Fine.
Let's get started. Every face-off has you controlling the center by default, but you can let the CPU take the draw back by pressing the X button. If you want to switch back to playing the center, press the B button for immediate control.
Yeah, and this also works in co-op games. For instance, if Peter and I were playing on the same team, he could let me take the draw by pressing his X button to free up the center. Then I would press mine to take control.
Yeah, once the puck is dropped, use the A button to swipe at it. Timing is key to gaining possession, so watch the ref closely to see when he drops it.
If you win the face-off, you can aim the puck with the left thumbstick. To hit it to a wing, push the stick left or right. For a defenseman, push it up or down, depending on which side of the puck you're on.
Now, before you get started playing, we've got something important to go over. There's a new way to change your strategies and a way to control the players on your team who you don't have direct control of.
Really? You mean without yelling at the guy holding controller number 2?
Well, not as satisfying as that, but yes, it's a new feature called on-the-fly coaching.
When using on-the-fly coaching, each direction on the directional pad will have your team conduct a different play, depending on whether they're on offense or defense. If you're on offense, push up to crash the net, down to pinch in the defenseman, left to screen the goalie, and right to call for help.
Yeah, and if you're on defense, push up to collapse your players, left to clear the front of the net, and right again to call for help.
Don't forget aggression level, Peter. If you pull and hold the right trigger, pushing right on the directional pad will increase your team's aggression level, while pushing left will decrease it.
I didn't forget the aggression level, Dan.
All right, just checking.
Now that you've got control of the puck, your main task is to get into the attacking zone and take some shots. There's a lot to offense, though, so we'll start with the basics and work our way to the advanced controls.
Move your skater around with the left thumbstick, but be sure to use the right skater for the job. A forward will be quicker and better with the puck than a defenseman will, so try to get the puck to a forward quickly.
Pull and hold the right trigger for a speed burst, which makes your player skate faster. Be smart about when you use the burst, since that extra speed can be just the thing needed to get around a defender or find that open shot.
But don't just go about using it up. You have a limited amount of burst, and if it runs out, you'll have to wait to get any back.
The A button passes the puck to the closest player. If you push the left thumbstick in a direction after pressing A, you'll pass in that direction.
But there are some advanced techniques to passing. If you press A again before the puck has reached the receiving player, he'll pass it again immediately. This is a one-timer pass.
That can be devastating on power plays. Great way to keep the defense off kilter. That and having your benched players order French fries.
I was wondering what that smell was.
See, it works. You can also do a flip pass. Pull and hold the left trigger and press the A button to get a little lift on the puck. This will get a puck over a defender's stick before dropping to the ice.
If there is a defender giving you pressure, press and hold the B button to protect the puck. This will have your player keep his body between the puck and the defender, moving the puck to the safest spot. Now, a new feature this year is skating backwards with the puck. Pull and hold the left trigger, and your skater will keep facing the net, no matter if he's moving forward, backward, or to the side.
Yeah, that's great for setting up the play in the offensive zone, or if you have to wait for your forwards to get into position. Of course, I'd just go for the goal myself.
And you would do that by pressing the X button. Tapping the X button will make a wrist shot, which is very accurate but moves the puck slowly. Holding the X button will build up power for a snapshot, sacrificing some accuracy for speed. You can also pull the left trigger, then press and hold the X button to bring the player's stick up in the air for a slap shot. The stick will stay up as long as you're pressing the X button and release it to swing. Slap shots are the fastest in your arsenal, but also the least accurate. Don't be surprised if a slap shot goes wild.
And don't be surprised if it's not a slap shot at all, Dan. If you hold the left trigger and the X button like you're about to take a slap shot, but then press the A button, you'll pass the puck off to a teammate. Or press the Y or B button and you'll skate off with the puck. That's what I call a fake shot.
Very clever, Peter. I'll have to watch out for that. Now, another essential tool is the one-timer. After passing the puck, press the X button before it reaches the receiver and he'll immediately take a shot.
But you know what my favorite goal is, right? Right?
Well, I get the feeling you're going to tell me.
If you have the puck behind the net, press the X button to attempt the wraparound.
Oh, boy.
He'll never see it coming.
And why is that your favorite? Let me guess. The name wraparound reminds you of a burrito?
Yeah.
Momentum is one of the more interesting new features in this year's game. The momentum meter is right above the score overlay, and you can shift it to your side with things like impressive hits, great saves, and a varied style of play. To really get the meter cranked, try to score different types of goals and look for any way you can to show that your team is about to take over.
Yeah, and if you get all the momentum, you can lock out one of several of your opponent's abilities. He won't get to use that until either he scores a goal of his own or after 2 minutes, whichever comes first.
Now press the Y button to dump the puck. Use the left thumbstick to pick the direction you dump it. And you can use this to run out the clock or take time to regroup.
The harder you press it, the farther you'll dump the puck, so press it hard to really move it across the ice.
You can also dump and chase. Send the puck down into a corner with the left thumbstick and chase down the puck with your most physical line. If you can reach it before the opponent's defense, you'll avoid the icing call and get a clean shot at the goal.
Sometimes you really need to slap the puck hard. Pull and hold the left trigger and press the Y button to slap dump across the ice. This is a faster way to clear your zone, and it can also be an effective way to send the puck around the boards to the other side.
All right, now I'm going to leave this next one for you. I know how much you like it.
You're right, Dan. The Total Control Deke system is awesome. Moving the right thumbstick will cause your skater to deke, with each direction performing a different move. Push the right thumbstick any forward direction to do a standard fake one way, go back the other move. Push it left or right to do a sidestep in either direction. Push it any back direction to do a quick stop.
Just make sure you use a player skilled on the ice. Performing a deke with a defender is usually asking for trouble.
True enough, my friend, but it's also the perfect way to deke out the goalie and make the score.
Now, there's a new way to take control of your offense this year, Peter. Click the right thumbstick, and each of your players will be assigned a button. Press a button to pass the puck to that player, and double-tap the button to have him perform a one-timer. You can also push the right thumbstick up to lob a high pass to an awaiting teammate.
Oh, geez, all that?
Yes. Now, what's more, you can queue up your passes and run some complex plays by pressing buttons in succession. For instance, pressing BX white white will have you pass the puck to player B, who'll then pass it to player X, then pass to player white, who will shoot the one-timer. This can be extremely effective in power plays and is a great way to cycle the puck.
Jeez, that's really complicated, Dan. To turn it off, just click the right thumbstick again, and that'll get rid of all that weird icon voodoo.
It's a good way to run an effective offense, Peter. Now, there's one more left. May I?
Go ahead.
Thank you. Finally, there's the pass and go system. Instead of using the A button to pass, you can use the white button and retain control of your player while the CPU controls the receiver. Skate to an open space, then press the white button again to call for a pass back. If your CPU-controlled teammate sees a better opportunity, he'll take it, so act fast. This is a great way to keep the defense on their toes, so use it often.
Wow, nicely done, Dan.
Thank you, Peter. Now let's go over the controls for when you don't have the puck.
Dan, I think that's called defense.
Well, yes, for the most part. But these same controls apply if you use the pass and go to play an offensive player without the puck.
Oh, yeah, you can do that.
Yes. Now, first, you'll need to change control from one skater to another based on the action. Press the A button to switch to the player closest to the puck. If you need control of the last man back instead, double tap the A button. And if you want to choose a particular player, pull the left trigger and press the A button. Then press the button for the player you want to control.
Yeah, Dan. The A button is good and all, but the B button is where the real fun is.
Oh boy, here it comes.
Press B when close to an opponent to give him a shove. Press it while skating up to an opponent to give him a body check. If you really want to add insult to injury, you can even check a player right over the boards. And if you really want to add insult to injury...
All right, now calm down.
Okay, sorry, but I really like that button.
I know. Now, press the Y button to perform a poke check. This will slow you down, so only do it when needed.
But this is even better. A push of the right thumbstick in any direction will engage the intense contact control system. You'll hook or slash the puck handler depending on your position.
Peter, you know, that is against the rules.
Only if you get caught, Dan. And what's even better, if you click the right thumbstick and move it, you'll really lay into that puck handler.
Oh, Peter, what am I going to do with you? This is very unsportsmanlike.
Hey, I'm not finished. Pull and hold the left trigger, then press the B button to perform a hook.
Of course, you know, if you perform any of these things, you could be put in the box.
That's true, Dan, but if the enforcer icon appears under a player like this, he'll have a little more leeway to play physically as long as he doesn't take it too far. He'll move a little slower, sure, but then he can really lay into those opposing players.
Is that really necessary, Peter?
Yes, it is, Dan, especially if you find an opposing player with this blue icon. That means he's been intimidated by your enforcer, and he'll play worse on the ice. Make sure your enforcer intimidates a lot of players, Dan.
Oh, good grief. Pull and hold the left trigger, and your skater will turn around and skate backwards. This way, you can keep an eye on the puck while getting into a defensive position.
Press the black button to drop down on the ice and get in the way of a shot. Your player will either slide feet first or drop to his knees, depending on the situation.
Oh, boy. I tell you, you know what, Peter? I'm just going to let you take this one.
Oh, you're too kind, Dan. Oh, this is one of the best parts of hockey and one of the best parts of NHL 2K6, too. There are 2 meters at the bottom of the screen. The larger one indicates how much damage the player has taken. The smaller meter shows how much stamina the player has. The faster you punch, the faster this level will drop, and some punches drain it more than others. You can use both triggers to grapple when you're close to your opponent. Pulling the left trigger will grab with your left hand, and pulling the right trigger will grab with your right hand. Once you get a hold of your opponent, press the X button to throw a jab. This is a weak punch, but very fast. The Y button will throw an uppercut, which is slower but more powerful. Uppercuts are best when you're up close, while jabs are best when you're at a distance. Also, the uppercut sucks up your player's stamina, while jabs won't drain him as fast. When you're on the defensive, press the A button to dodge an incoming punch. If you've been grabbed, keep tapping the B button to break the hold. You can also use the B button to knock away any attempted grab. Want to throw your opponent for a loop? Try pressing the black button. Your player will fake a big punch, getting your opponent off guard and giving you a chance to get in a few quick shots. And of course, what confident fighter doesn't like to call out the other guy? If you feel like there's not a chance you're going to lose, press the white button to call your opponent out in front of everybody. That ought to rile them up.
Now, did you enjoy that?
I did, thank you. Oh, so Dan, you want to take this one?
Oh, well, this seems more like your kind of thing to me, Peter.
Yeah, but I can't take all of them.
All right. When the puck gets loose in the corners or along the boards, you want to do whatever you can to keep possession or get it away from the other team. This can require a little physical play. When you've got an opposing player between you and the boards, press the B button to push him up against the glass for the pin. You may want to bring a teammate over to help. Press the A button to switch to a new player who can either try to poke the puck away with the Y button or help pin with another press of the B button. If you're still in control of the player doing the pinning and the puck gets loose, or you decide the other guy's had enough, press the Y button to ease up and move on.
Well, that's nice, Dan, but what if you're the one getting pinned?
Well, I'm glad you asked that, Peter. You can start by moving with the left thumbstick to just wiggle out. But you can also change skaters with the A button to bring over some help. Your teammate can get the puck out or knock the pinner out of the way.
Yeah, but sometimes you got to take care of things yourself, Dan. Press the B button to throw an elbow. You know, he may dodge one or two, but when you connect, he'll be sorry.
Thank you, Peter. Finally, press the X button to kick the puck, knocking it away. Sometimes your pinner will think the puck is still trapped beneath you, so be prepared to keep fighting after the kick.
Dan, I'm always prepared to keep fighting.
I know you are. So, I don't know, I'm having trouble believing this. You were actually a goalie, Peter, were you?
Well, backup goalie for a junior varsity high school team, but yeah.
Uh-huh. Well, how much do you remember?
Well, not much, but I remember how to play one in NHL 2K6.
Do you? You know, it was actually pretty complicated, as I recall.
Well, in NHL 2K6, it's a little simpler with the new quick action goalie control. Now you can make all the moves you need by just using the right thumbstick. Now first, if you want to control the goaltender, set the goalie control option to manual in the options menu, then pull and hold the left trigger and press the black button. Now you're in control. Push down to drop into the butterfly stance and spread out in front of the net. That'll give you a better shot at blocking any puck that's on the ice. Push up to get back to your skates, or you can push up while you're already standing to poke at the puck with your stick. Push left or right to make a desperation save in that direction. That should cover the entire net from that side.
Well, that sounds very nice, but it lacks some of the depth of last year's controls.
Well, those haven't changed, Dan. In fact, you can even use the advanced controls in conjunction with the new quick action goalie controls to give you the ultimate experience between the pipes. To keep your goaltender in the best position to stop shots at the net, pull and hold the right trigger. As long as you hold it, he'll always take the best position at the net depending on the action. When the traffic comes too close, you can clear it out by pressing the B button. You'll throw your weight around and deliver some checks, and if it's me, that's a lot of weight.
No kidding.
Two of the most important things to being a goalie are reflexes and timing. If there's a puck sliding across the face of the net, press the X button to poke it away. Time it right, and you can break up a scoring chance before it develops. When you see the puck hurtling towards you, press the Y button to make the save. The sooner you react, the better your chance at being successful. Once you've saved the puck and it's on the ice, press the A button to send it off to another player, or press the Y button to cover it up and freeze the puck. If the best option is to get the puck as far away as possible, press the X button to dump it away. Finally, if you want to drop the puck off, press the B button. This is useful when you're behind the net and a teammate is coming around to pick it up. But if you get bored playing the goalie, press the A button to switch control to another player. As long as goalie control is on, you can always use the left trigger and black button to regain manual control of your goalie.
Well, I guess that's hockey then.
Well, that's it. What do you think, Dan? Had enough subtle whatevers for you?
Well, I'll tell you, it's a fascinating sport, and, well, I suppose it's good to learn something new.
Absolutely, and you'd better get ready to learn a lot of new things.
Why's that?
Well, I've set us up to do tips for all the 2K6 games.
Oh, no, you didn't.
So how's your fadeaway J?
All right, now that's basketball. Am I right?
Correct, sir.
Huh?
Yep.
All right, let's do it.